So everything is good, looking good. Let's roll. Yes. Like the hell? That is offensive. I find that video very funny. Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Be You, Be True. My name is Florence Kisombe.
And my name is Akisho Kisombe.
Yes, and it's an amazing moment once again to engage with you guys. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for your comments, and we really appreciate to hear what you'd like us to do more, like what kind of content you'd like for us to go into, what kind of questions, your curiosity. Feel free to do that in the comments. Sindio? Yeah, how are you feeling?
I also need to appreciate people. Thank you guys for your support.
Sawa.
Yeah, thank you guys for your support.
Yes. So I was just about to just gauge how you're feeling and all that.
I'm feeling nice. I'm feeling good. I have nothing to complain. Everything is perfect.
Good. Coolio. So today. Coolio, like cool. Sindo, cool. Hiya. So something happened this morning. Nakuanga TikTok, of course, yes. You too. Niliingizwa na Gen Z TikTok. And someone commented in one of my posts, alafu akasema tint your eyebrows. It's something that we were discussing today, which is our topic for today, how to deal with unpleasant behaviors. Unpleasant behaviors. And one of the things, yenye unipata tu like, what is this? So it's one comment that I said, okay, today I'll bring it up and just try to, as we break down all this topic. And it's nizile comments that, okay, tint your eyebrows. It's not the first time. Someone would be like, why wouldn't you sort of dye your hair and make your hair black or whatever color of their choice? Mwingine atakwambia like, why don't you add say like the brown contour yenye inakufanya like you just pop and you stop being who you are. And those are some of the things. Okay, sometimes they don't startle me, nisema startle, ama something bother me, but it's those things of like, why are you doing this? Why do you have to come in my inbox ama something and then remind me ama
wanaitwanga keyboard warriors.
Alafu kienda kuangalia like their profile. This lady mwanzo hii asubuhi, she has it's a lady, she has really dark eyebrows and a cut, not, the eyebrows are not pleasant. So it's one of those things of what Nini. So it's one of those comments zenye I do not like. So I'll bring more, but I also want to just feel from your side. Is it something you constantly get? Because also with albinism community, you'd find nini unacheka.
Like the way you said, like those eyebrows don't look.
Zinakaa zile zimechorwa hivi, zinakaa kama ni rainbow inashuka chini. Stop. So you see in the albinism community, kuna ile aspect ya every other girl has a different choice. Kuna wenye they have orange hair, maroon hair, black hair, myself, like in the sense of dyeing their hair. We all have blonde hair naturally, but there are those who've chosen to go different color. So constantly, and me who I don't even know how to do my eyebrows, so you'd find someone will be like, do your eyebrows,
But people, it's
tint
not even
your
noticeable.
eyebrows. Kuna watu wana notice wewe pengine vile umekaa na mimi for a
But
while.
it doesn't, you look perfect.
It's okay, but need those unpleasant, comments,
Yeah.
that you meet once in a while and you're like, stop.
I mean, I feel like people have opinions, and you meet different people with different backgrounds and different characters. So, like, we have to find a way to deal with them or adjust to it or just avoid it and just let it not like bother you anymore. Yeah, like I've met people, mine is not like TikTok comments, mine it's real life. You meet someone who has really a character that really bothers you. So you try so much not to hate the person and hate the character, but now if the person has the character, you just hate the person, but not hate the person, but hate the character. You try.
Unajaribu.
You try. But sasa, like I have this thing with touching me. Like, I don't like people touching me. I don't know how to describe it.
Najua like upenangi hata hugs, unapenanga mkodo.
I don't like, okay, hugs.
Where is that coming from, by the?
Hugs I'm trying. I try nowadays. Like I hug people. If I know you, I hug you. But touching, don't touch me. I don't know.
It's okay.
It's not that exact explanation.
Yeah.
But I feel irritated when somebody just touches you and why are you touching me? I don't feel like you are leaving germs or anything, but I just feel irritated. Don't touch me. Leave me alone. Especially people who touches your hair. No.
And how do we categorize like unpleasant behaviors? Because I feel vile umesema something to do with your background and people have different opinions. Is it that we see things differently? Sometimes kama for instance mtu mwenye amesema sijachorwa eyebrows. Of course may have terrible encounters with people who have different behaviors. They'll just, for instance, wana chase down and they just want to hold you by force because you're mzungu and they just want to experience a mzungu. Like those kind of experiences. Say umeingia kwa mat, unaitwa majina, una get ama uko even Ubers for instance, and you just get those insults. Yeah. Is it that it's from a cultural and opinion perspective, or is it just character of not being a good person?
What?
Ni summarize. As in,
Nimekuwa distracted. What?
The unpleasant behaviors zinatoka wapi? Ni mtu tu hivi ameamua tu akue mbaya, ama ni kitu like from a different perspective, vile ana view life very different? Mmenifanya mpaka nimeongea sasa Kiswahili.
No, like I feel these bad characters. That's what you're asking. Like where do they come from? I feel like it starts from them at home. Like you grew up differently and they grew up differently. Maybe they were taught differently and you were taught differently. Maybe you have your own standards that are different from theirs. Maybe they feel like wearing short clothes or like revealing clothes. They feel, why are you wearing like that? You are a lady and they're a lady and they can't do that. So I feel also accepting that this person is different from you is also just brings like bad character from them and they start hating you or just being throwing shade at you. Is that correct?
Hey.
Or just being mean
Hey.
to you. So they can't accept the way you are, or some people are just jealous and envious. That can bring also the bad behavior from someone.
Yeah.
And some people also want to be you.
Hey.
Yes, they want to be you. They want to look like you, behave
Hii
like
wisdom
you.
umetoa wapi?
I learn. But so they want to be like you, they want to behave like you, and then the way they see you, and because they can't be you, they start hating you.
Yeah.
Some people, like, they just be mean, and they forget that you're also human, and you're also maybe aspiring to be someone else, and you're also experiencing your own difficulties and challenges.
Monga.
Telling you, like, developing a good character and having a good character, I feel it takes a lot. And I'm not perfect, but I'm trying to be perfect. We are not okay. I'm trying.
We're working towards it.
We want to be like, make a better world.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So how do you deal with some of these behaviors? I feel first of before we proceed, let's sort of break down, like what exactly triggers you and what really is an unpleasant behavior. Manake naonanga mwanzo TikTok ama our social media pages as Kenyans, there's this unajua mi be biased kidogo and then niende hii side ya albinism kidogo. There's this societal aspect yenye tunasema we're now embracing, you know, different kind of differences, different disabilities, you know, like tunawapea chances out here where, you know, go get what you want in life. And then in December there was this scenario ama hii saga yenye happens with Diamond, and then there was this a guy with albinism mwenye alisalimiwa TikTok. You don't remember? Akatukanwa with the yani ni watu tu TikTok. And generally aside from that, haukuona hiyo? There's a guy with albinism mwenye alisalimiwa, aliambiwa we tumekuachia jua, you know, like we hata tutadeal na wewe, enda tu chini ya jua, and then story yako imemalizwa. And then aside from that, there's generally a negative connotation in, you know, in our social media pages. Ile kila mtu anataka tu akubasha kuonyesha how bad you are, ama yani there's no that positive energy yenye tunahitaji. It is one of the things that is, I would categorize myself as a very unpleasant behavior. Sometimes you just post something and you're saying your opinion, na vile itakuwa itatoanishwa, you'll be like, we. So I think for us, you know, the aspect of also being called names out here is unpleasant behavior. Alafu hiyo aspect ya people don't want really to change. You would say, for instance, bado watu wanaitanga watu albino. I know ni ile jina ime stick huku, but there's the aspect of this new generation saying, hey, let's call us persons with albinism, not albino tena, like it's persons with albinism. But you'd find even your close friends are like, ndakuita tu albino. So those kind of behaviors, and you're finding like, you know what, put a bit of energy to make sure that you unanifikia, like from a friend perspective, like this is what I'm saying. There's also the behavior ya kukuja sema, especially with the boy child. Tukona boy child huku hivi. So like ile aspect umepita tao and then someone anakutouch inappropriately just from nowhere, you know, and they don't care and they just go. It's also something really that triggers most women, not just me, but most women as well. So ni some of the things that I would just categorize as some unpleasant behaviors that are out here. And I know there's some also you know and you faced yourself, and then probably from there we can just say how we go about them.
Okay, for me personally, touching me, that is
you ushasema you
it will be the leading.
Sasa say ni mtu mwenye amekushika mad person. Mwanzo mad, I don't understand why these mad people wanashindaga wakinisumbuaga tao.
Sababu ni mzungu.
I know.
But I was saying, like, hiyo ya kunishika, it is top for me. And then there's this people who really have, okay, they talk bad about you, not on social media.
Oh yeah,
in
yeah.
real life.
Oh, by the way, nikuulize, ushaipata marafiki zako wameniongelelea vibaya?
No.
Ama ushaisikia mtu akiongea vibaya kunihusu?
Nisiwahi.
Sijai
sikia, sijawahi. Okay, most marafiki zangu wanakujua through maybe kukuona on my posts.
Yeah.
Ama ni kuongelele, but I rarely talk about my family.
Okay.
I can tell you, like, I have friends, but they don't know about my family. Unless nianze kuambia. Anyways, I was saying, you're talking bad about people. Somebody can just see the way you are, and then they just have comments. People are really confident with you. Can see you. Can see you. You've dressed nicely. You feel amazing. And then they just see you and they come and tell you, I don't like this on you. I don't like this on you.
Zile comments too, in the sense of...
And this is not about like TikTok.
The normal ones.
Like in school. And then this other category, like people who just talk about your weight. Umekonda.
Oh yeah.
Umenona.
Usalimiwe.
Umekonda, umenona. Like of all things you have said, ni umenona. Like, see, of course, ninakula. And then there's these other people. I don't know. I don't hate it, but I don't like it. Okay, it's a good thing. You can make someone be fit, but it's also a bad thing. Like you're telling someone, oh, you don't have a flat tummy. Do you have tired? Lord. Like, I don't like it. I'm trying to embrace myself. They're trying to embrace themselves. And then maybe those kind of comments are triggering them. So, like, I don't like it.
I hear you. I just wanted to know where you're coming from. So how do you deal with, in case of some of those unpleasant behaviors that come your way?
Most of the time, I just set standards. And I don't become really close.
Hey, wait.
People.
Hold up. So when you say you're setting standards, it's more like you're setting boundaries.
Something like that.
So what are some of your boundaries in this regard?
I'm not close to people, and my no means no.
Okay.
When I say no and you take it as a yes,
and you start
asking, no, you start behaving differently. One thing is, I'm not afraid to call you out in front of people. I don't really know, like, how you'll react. Let's say, I don't want to say I don't care, but I care, but I want you to know that this has really, it's not right for you to do. So I'll call you out. Yeah. And I'll tell you not to do this and this and this. Maybe some people think, like, because they're used to other people, they can just come and get used to me. No. It doesn't work like that. For you to be my friend, you have to respect the boundaries. It's not like it's something. It's actually a really nice thing. I think it's a good thing. It is. It's a good thing. And also, apart from calling people out from their behaviors. Yeah. And also, I think I try to advise people once in a while. I tell them not to do ABC, like, or not comment on people's bodies, or not comment bad things about people, or to say negative, whatever negative. I try to be positive. I try to, like, there are some pretenders out here. Like, a lot of people pretend, and they will just give you a comment and say, they'll comment positively, but you just see, I can read the face. You see, they're just negative. Yeah. So, yeah. All right. I think that's good. It's good to have boundaries. And I think one thing that has really helped me and has guarded my peace in how I show up in my calmness
It's also boundaries and just the awareness of who you are, the acceptance of who you are, where you're at, the person you desire to be, and the person you're working to be. I think when you have that knowledge and that awareness of who you are from the core, it just gives you this huge line of boundary that this is the level I can engage with people. This is the level of respect I need. This is the level of, like the things I can take, the things I cannot take. And, like the realization of how the world works and how you cannot change people. Yeah, because if you say you're sensitive all the time, say if someone says, for instance, for me, hey, Flo, umenona. So it's for me to be like, okay, nimembua nimenona. So if I am aware that actually, yes, I'm big, I don't think that for me will be something itanisumbua. Me, by the time something inanisumbua, it's actually, I know it's something I'm not pleased with from a personal perspective because of the work I constantly do to be aware of my headspace and just where I'm at, consciously and everything, and spiritually, and everything. Yeah. So it's more of a boundary that you're clear that yes, there's people who actually will insult you and call you names because of course you're different. And whenever there's difference in a society or anywhere, most times people don't know how to engage with someone who is different. So in my head space, I'm like, that's fine. I am who I am, you're who you are. So how you come, it has nothing to do with me. It just has everything to do with you. So I will carry you as you come to the level of the boundary and the level of awareness I want to pick you. So if it's something that I can't deal with, I'm like, this is it. I'm ghosting you and you'll never know about anything else. It's just even image. So it's just that acknowledgement. Yes, things do happen, bad things do happen, and pleasant behaviors are very much there. You have to also have that awareness. Also, you're not an angel. We all have that part of us where one day you'll trip and do something also unpleasantly to someone else. So it's also the aspect of being open-minded in all this circle of mtu akikuja kaniambia, hey, by the way, unaona, sometimes you comment things and probably you don't catch yourself at the moment that this is something that is wrong. I get. So sometimes when you catch yourself, you can be, hey, I'm sorry, you ili Peter, and I know it's something that is not pleasant. So it's more of acknowledging, the bad things that do happen, placing boundaries, and also being very cautious. Ni conscious kama cautious. Conscious. Cautious ni kukua caution. Conscious ni kukua mindful. So ni kuwa conscious that you can also be part of that unpleasant behavior, and you can catch yourself when that happens.
And also, I feel like there's this another unpleasant behavior.
Okay.
Where people randomly, where people talk when there's a serious, like, there are these mamas, you're murmuring and laughing, where it's like a serious occasion happening.
Wewe unaweza andika kitabu ya unpleasant behaviors.
The level of irritation.
Hey, umenikumbusha. So last year in December, I was holding an event. Nilikuanga the facilitator, MC. So during the event, it was like a prestigious event. UN. And then by the time I'm settling people down, it took me almost 30 minutes. I was more like, let's sit down, let's start the event. Kila mtu anaongea. Let's sit down, let's start an event. The event. So to your point of that one can be a very unpleasant behavior. That thing can drain you because you're trying to engage the crowd. You're trying to like have, a conversation with everyone else. And then there's a part of a group yenye imekaa hapo inapiga kelele. So I understand what you're saying. So it's just been an incredible conversation. And to close this, what are your lessons that you've picked from these conversations? Conversation.
I would say, like dealing with unpleasant behaviors is not easy, because I know perfectly. I'm not perfect, and also I know I have behaviors that maybe my friends or you or other people that I meet, they don't like. But we have this thing that we I don't know if it's shy or afraid to tell people that I don't like this about you, because most of the time people don't take it positively, and they feel like
they feel attacked.
Yeah, they feel attacked and they want to defend themselves. And most of the time people feel like you don't have the right to have an opinion about me. And of course, you don't have the right to have opinion. But I feel the more people try to embrace criticism, and embrace being called out, I feel it will be a better world. Yeah, we'll be living in a positive world. And also, dealing with those behaviors is not easy, and we try to be kind to them. We try to love the person. Especially people. Okay, I know there are people who just love physical touch, and there are people who dislike physical touch. I am in the category of dislike, but I sometimes I'm okay. I'll let people touch.
Oh my God! Don't allow people to touch you.
No,
refuse.
Like girls.
Yeah.
Hey, girls like.
A hug or a hand.
No, I'm going very far. You. Whenever you pass, I'm just seated, maybe watching a movie. You'll try and bite me. You try and pinch me. So sometimes I don't like. Sometimes just accept and move forward, because we try to be kind and make the world better.
Okay.
But
you inakuanga ile like you just feeling so comfortable with someone. And you're like,
I feel it's like they're showing affection and love to you. Please keep your love.
I'll give you love.
Keep your love. Whenever you say it, I will hear it and believe it. Doesn't have
to go an extra.
No.
I think what I've picked from the conversation we've had is just to hear you tell me like what are your triggers and what you categorize as bad behaviors. And I think you being my sister, number one, I'm like, hey, you've grown. Like you
have to grow.
It's a different version of you that I'm getting to learn. But ideally, just continue, pointing out what exactly triggers me and what exactly is a bad behavior for me. And, extending grace, though you've said, extend grace where you can, create boundaries as much as you can, and be self-aware, continue loving yourself, continue working on yourself, because the only person who you can control on this earth is only you. So make sure that you is very stable and very constant and very, very peaceful and loving.
And that also applies to you.
This is, I'm not stable. I'm working on me, but
but yeah, you are stable actually. You have grown.
Yeah. So it's that package of we are all humans, but we have to have very clear boundaries.
Clear ones.
Peace out. So thank you. This is another tunamaliza aje? Yes, give us your comments. Let us know what you'd like to hear in the next episodes from us. And
for me, I'll just finish up and say, if you try and call out someone for their bad behaviors, most of the times it helps. It actually helps. They'll get hurt, but it will help them change.
Yeah.
You know?
But then I think me changed. Nikiwanga, like in my younger life, I used to be very defensive. Like nikiambiwa kitu, hey, defend, nitasema no, it's you, nini. But nowadays when someone says, hey, you know, you do A, B, C, D, I'm like, oh, really?
And that's growth.
So
Growth.
I sit with it for a while. I'm like,
It's a good
okay.
mental health.
Yeah. And then I break it down. If it's something actually, yes, it's me, I'll apologize. If it's not, I'll be like, yeah, let's sit down. Let me hear your perspective so that I understand where that is coming from, so that I understand if it's actually me or is it your perspective of life. Yeah.
So yeah, thank you guys for having us.
See you in the next episode.
Tell us what bad behaviors you don't like.
Okay.
Yeah, in the comments.
Yes.
See you in the next episode. This is Be True
with
hashtag.
Florence Kisombe and Wakesho Kisombe, and hashtag
Flow with Flo and
Wakesho.
Bye.
Peace out.